guys gotta get up more. This is supposed to be, I'm gonna be mean, by the way. These guys weren't that mean. I was told this was a roast, so I'm gonna be fucking mean. I don't give a fuck. Welcome to Gramps, everyone, Gramps. Even hipsters say Gramps. They say, man, that place is fucking hipster, man. That's fucking hipster. Jeff, I was planning on actually roasting the people before, because isn't that what you're supposed to do? Aren't you supposed to roast other people before? Okay. But Jeff invited me, Jeff Rollison, but he's not here. But all right, thank you, Jeff, for inviting wherever you are. I guess the mental institution he's staying at wouldn't let him out for a couple hours to come here. Kenny Millions? Did no one tell Kenny Millions about this? What the fuck? Was he not? What? Oh, he lives in Palm Beach, so he can't drive. Oh God, Kenny Millions. Renowned jazz artist Kenny Millions couldn't make it here. I think it's all right. I actually saw a silver alert for him for his car when I was driving down here. So he may be on his way still. I don't know. Kenny's kind of bitter for not getting a Knights grant, I think, because Rat got one and Kenny didn't, right? But I told him that Depends sponsorship thing is going to come through for him, I think. So I think he's going to get that. Or Insure or something like that. Let's see, who else is here? Russell, where are you, Russell? Russell! There's Russell. Ladies and gentlemen, he's like the jellyfish brother that didn't live. Russell, or as Rat calls him, Chino. Because he looks kind of, I guess, Asian, so Rat calls him Chino. Apparently, when you're a beloved noise artist, you're allowed to be racist as fuck, apparently. So he's Chino. Aria, that was awesome, Aria, by the way. Aria, did Rat used to call you Chino?
Never.
Back in the day, he didn't, right? Okay, so he hasn't always been racist. Aria, you guys don't know, Aria's actually like a Go champion, a professional Go, that game Go. He's a champion. And it's ironic, because when I talk to Aria, after like 10 minutes, I'm ready to go. I was told we could be mean. It's a roast, right? All right, Nikki's there. Let's hear it for Nikki. I love him. I consider Nikki a close friend, even though 90% of the time I can't understand what the fuck he's saying. That fucking fake Irish accent, whatever it is. But he was a loyal soldier at Churchill's, and give it up for Nikki at Churchill. It was so great to see him there. I think in hindsight, getting that Dave Daniels tattoo on your ass was probably a mistake. It wasn't a good idea, but you know. He loved Dave though. He loved Dave. Mr. E, Mr. Entertainment is here. It's here for Mr. E. He's a wonderful songwriter, a fantastic person, and a vital part of the music scene. And just ask him, because he'll tell you all that. He'll tell you all that. His lovely wife Tina is here. Let's hear for Mrs. E. I think all of us who know Mr. and Mrs. E can safely say if Steve wasn't married to Tina, none of us would even hang out with Steve.
Cheers. I can't clap to that.
Once again, I was told mean was okay, whatever. Let's see, who else are we doing here? Did Liz Tracy leave?
Yes.
Oh, am I allowed to roast people if they're not here?
Whoa.
That's me.
Before you do, can you record what he's going to say?
No, I don't know. Why did she leave though? Liz used to be a wonderful writer. She used to be a writer. I think now she's just looking for a husband, basically, looking to get married. But she's Middle Eastern, so I think if you marry her, you get like some goats or something too, also at the same time. So that's good. That's worth it. It's a roast. It's a roast. I thought you people would be drunker by now. Charlene's not here. Kenichi, her boyfriend, is it? Can I roast Charlene? No, I love. Tina's saying yes. Tina's meaner than everyone, by the way. Charlene, we love Charlene. One of Rat's proteges, one of his earlier proteges. We used in this instant. What a protege means, it's like a young girl who starts hanging around with Rat because they think he's cool, but then eventually they realize he's like the worst sugar daddy ever because he never actually pays for anything. Speaking of proteges, we have Sylvia, the lovely Sylvia here. Did Rat make you sign that prenup he has? He's got a special prenup. It's nothing about financial. It's just you agree that anything you ever do later in your life, you have to agree that it was a direct result from his influence and guidance. But it also comes with a coupon for rehab, so that'll come in handy. Yeah, Charlene used that. All right, I'm done. I'm done with the other people. Now we're gonna go to Rat.
And the bully passed
Oh God, how's it going so far, Rat? Is this everything you dreamed about? You know, people complain, why is Rat so cranky? Why is he such a grouch? But you have to understand, older people are very particular, and they're set in their ways, you know? So, oh, and by the way, Rat, I got, Bernie Sanders called, he wants his image back.
Yes!
Fucking Rat! I don't know, do you people know Rat's mom was actually the one that named him Rat Bastard? He got that name from his mom? Probably not for the reason you think, though. Unless you think it's because even as a child he was a Weasley bastard, because that's actually the reason. So if you think that is the reason. Let's see, what else we got here? Rat. Oh, he's so... Oh, I thought Rat was leaving. It's just Nikki. Rat's extremely proud of his award, the Worst Band in America award that he got from Spin Magazine. Yeah. Let's hear it. Worst Band in America award, Spin Magazine. I've always thought of Rat as like the Tatum O'Neal of the music scene, because like Tatum, he won one award and he's milking it for the rest of his career.
Oh yeah.
And of course, you can't talk about Rat without his love of Robert Pollard and Guided by Voices. No love for Guided by Voices? Come on, people, you gotta. This is like a row. You're supposed to be like in it with me. I feel like you all aren't as annoyed with Rat as I am. I've known him 35 fucking years. I'm really annoyed. I waited like 30 years for this. I reached out to Robert Pollard. This is a surprise. I actually messaged him and I asked him to send like a special thing for you tonight. He couldn't be here in person, and he answered me, and he actually, with his trademark clever, like his wordplay, Robert Pollard wordplay, it was tell Mr. Filestra the restraining order is still in effect, and any further correspondence will be forwarded directly to the authorities. So, what he said. But apparently Mr. Pollard's a little cranky. Many Guided by Voices songs have shout-outs to Rat. I don't know if you guys know, She Lives in an Airport has one. What's more shout-outs to Mrs. E? What's other shout-outs to Rat? Steve?
Sergeant.
Oh, sorry.
Snoring.
Charlene actually told me A Game of Pricks was about him, but apparently it's not about him. Rat's studio, you can't talk about Rat without talking about his studio, his amazing studio, which is also his home. Dan Hosker Studio is called now. Let's hear it for Dan Hosker Studio. All the greats have recorded there. Marilyn Manson, Blowfly, Brian Franklin has recorded there. He has an astounding collection of vintage gear in his studio, though. And I went there the other night, and I actually I was trying to find like the most vintage piece in his studio, and I found it. If you could see, it's that right there is the most vintage thing. The dude in the beanie and the shirt. That's the most vintage. Come on, people, you with me? All right, we're almost done. Here. You can't. This is true, actually, for any of you who've actually been in the studio, you can't talk about Rat's apartment without talking about his bathroom. His clean, immaculate, fucking clean bathroom, right? The cleanest bathroom in South Beach. And he's got like a mountain of toilet paper that he gets from Costco.
Yeah.
And in fairness, though, he goes through a lot of toilet papers because the Jellyfish Brothers are always up his fucking ass. You guys thought I was gonna skip you, right? But I put you in with the rat thing. Rat worked at Delta for 33 years at Delta, right? 34 years. Sorry, 34 years at Delta. We're allowed to say that now. He gets upset when we mention Delta. Nah, all right, he doesn't give a fuck. I actually contacted one of his former workers at Delta. 34 years he worked there, and I got a message. This is a true story. I got a message from someone from Delta. I said I wanted them to tell me about what it was like to work with Rat and to say some words about him, and this is what I got. It said, if you mean that weird dude with the stringy hair who was always mumbling to himself, we honestly didn't even know he worked here. We just thought he was a homeless person who slept in the terminal. So that's what they said. Touching. All right, we're almost done here. All right, in all seriousness, wrapping up, I've literally known Rat for 35 years. I've known him for probably one of the longest. Do you realize I've known you for 35 years? I met you in 1980. He was Frank Filester. He wasn't even Rat Bastard then. He was still annoying as fuck, but he was like a different kind of annoying. He didn't even have a hat then. But despite all the abuse I have endured from him in all these years, I love him from the top of his bald spot covering beanie to the bottom of his orthopedic Chuck Taylors, and I love the guy. So let's hear it for Rat Bastard.